welcome back to Star Citizen with me, Torp Rasilo, and today we're at Grim Hex. And we're at Grim Hex, hello, we're at Grim Hex because we got a crime stat, making a mistake on a mission. And because of that, basically we got a crime stat and then the game crashed while we were trying to get to Kareah to get rid of our crime stat. So now we are at Grim Hex. And we are going to go to Kareah and try and get rid of our crime stat. So yeah, I mean, I've got a crime stat too, I think. So actually, kind of be quicker for me to go to prison. I kind of hoped that I was going to wake up in prison, but I haven't woken up in prison. So I'm going to go and try and get rid of my crime stat at Kareah. And if we die and we get killed by Kareah, then we'll just go to prison anyway. So we haven't lost anything. So getting rid of a crime stat. So you've got a crime stat because you made a silly mistake like I did, or because you're a pirate. Either way, you've got a crime stat. So what you have to do now is either go to prison or get rid of it. So we're going to try and get rid of it, which involves going to Security Post Kareah from Grim Hex. Now my preferred way to do this is to take the Anvil C8X Pisces. And the reason for that is A, it's really quick to claim. Look at the size of this hangar. They've given us the big hangar for the Pisces. This is the biggest hangar at Grim Hex. I'm going to do something funny in a minute with the Pisces. But, yeah, so I like the Pisces, really quick to claim. But also, in addition to that, it is easy to fly up undetected, a bit undetected underneath Kareah and leave the ship there while you pop in and get rid of your crime stat. So we shall pop over there, hopefully there'll be nobody there, and we will get rid of a crime stat. Let's go. Now this is the big hangar and this is the small ship. So what I reckon is we should be able to do a few laps of this hangar while we're waiting for the doors to open. So shall we try? Gear up. Throttle forward. Oh, maybe that's a bit too fast. So that's a no then to doing laps of the hangar at Grim Hex. Hello! And we're back. Because we died. Now, where's my gear? Because I had gear before. Oh, it's not gone into the... Right, I'm going to go and have to see if I can find my gear. For goodness sake. What was it? Hangar 13. Oh, it's so frustrating. I had a full set of gear, now I've crashed, now I haven't got any gear. Just check there's no one around because I'm just running around in my pants. Hangar 13, please, gear, please be there. Hopefully, my body is there and my gear, and I can reclaim it. But the problem is, at the moment, most of the time, you run over like this in your pants, and there's nothing there other than an arrow. It's moving now as well, which is even more annoying because that definitely means there's very likely nothing there. Ah. Yeah, so in theory what's supposed to happen is at the end of this marker there's supposed to be a body and your gear, but I feel that there isn't going to be. Oh, there it is! It's my body and my gear! Ah! It was there! And then all you do is you go double click on the undersuit and you've got all your gear back. Right, so now, because this is a massive flipping hangar, we now have to run all the way back and go back and claim the ship again. Ah, flippin' heck. Okay, that was a weird shot. So anyway. Ah, mine's going to take ages. What I could do at this point is I could put all my gear into Grim Hex, kill myself, and then just go round again, and I wouldn't have to get all the way back up. So should we just do that? Seems sensible to me. So yeah, if you get a crime stat, and you will one or two things will happen when you die. Either, or you crash out of the game. Either you will go straight to prison, in which case you have to stay in prison for as long as it takes for you to run out your crime stats. So in case of a crime stat 2, it's like, I don't know, an hour and a half, something like that, maybe less. And then it goes up from there. And it doesn't go up incrementally. I think a crime stat 3 is like 4 hours. Right.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Let's get the ship back again. Claim. Claim. It's going to take 40 seconds, and then in the time it takes to do that, we'll just pop our gear back on. So yeah, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to go to prison, or you're going to go to Grim Hex. And if you go to Grim Hex, in a lot of cases, it's less desirable than going to prison, because you're going to be at Grim Hex without... let me just... Oh, I've not got many bullets left. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, you're going to be at Grim Hex, and you're going to have to go and clear your crime stat. I'll take both, seeing as I've got... That's mine. And one more. Okay, I have a thingy. I'll leave that helmet here, just because I've not got very many helmets here, and I like to have a little pool of gear at Grim Hex, just in case this kind of thing happens. So there's another little thing. If you find yourself at Grim Hex a couple of times, probably worth leaving a little pool of gear at Grim Hex. Why is it not retrieved? There we go.
Vehicle selected.
So that when you end up at Grim Hex with just a medical gown, you've got some gear. So, hangar 5 this time, which is probably, hopefully, a bit more sensibly sized hangar. Yeah, so the other option, if you get a crime stat, other than going to prison, is going to Grim Hex. And if you go to Grim Hex, you've got two options. One is you can get killed by security, and then you'll go to prison. So you can get in your ship, fly over to Port Olisar. Port Olisar will shoot at you and kill you, and then you can go to prison. Option 2, assuming a bounty hunter doesn't get you first, who's camped outside Grim Hex. Option 2 is go to Kareah and hack your crime stat away, which is what we're going to attempt to do now. So let's just pick up where we were last time. I like to use the C8 because it's easy to approach Kareah. It's also easy to get shot, but then you get shot and you die, and that could happen in any ship. But if you do the other thing that's good is if there's other people at Kareah, around Kareah, they will take away the fire from the station, and then you won't have the problem of the station killing you, which has happened to me a couple of times, and it's really fun. So what you want to do is, well, I was just going to say, but I left before I could say it. So you're going to go to Selim. And I would set that route before you go out of the doors of Grim Hex, and then just go as fast as you can until you can quantum drive, because there will be bounty hunters waiting to kill people with a crime stat coming out of Grim Hex. For the first few hundred meters, your crime stat is not shown. You can see it says crime stat rating increase, so as you come out the doors you don't have a crime stat. But if you don't quantum jump quickly enough, all of the bounty hunters who might be waiting around will... is that Kareah there? Yes, it is. So we just need to nip around to OM5. So, If you've watched my other video, Kareah Infiltrated, you will know a little bit about how to approach Kareah. If you haven't, I'm going to explain it again. So when you quantum jump, what you want to do is, as soon as you come out of your quantum jump, if you've got a crime stat, is you're going to go down low, and then you're going to approach Kareah from underneath. And hopefully no one else is going to be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly right down here. And then I'm going to bring my speed right down. And then I'm going to fly up underneath Kareah. So what I want to do is get right underneath the pointy bit. So I'm just trying to keep it in view as I come up. But I'm trying to go as narrowly up as I can. And what I'm going to do, my location that I'm going to try and get to without being shot, is directly underneath the landing pads. So that's where you want to get to, directly underneath the landing pad. As quickly as possible, without dying and without being shot. So it's tricky, this, it doesn't always work. Quite often you will get shot. But sometimes you can just get away with it. And you can get your ship up here to the underside of the landing pad, which is where we are roughly now. If this is the right spot. Yeah, just under here is where you want to be. Like this. And actually what's probably worth doing is just popping your ship round to face the other direction. Though you can get away quickly. I'm going to roll my speed right up to the top. And now I am going to switch my engines off. I'm going to leave my ship. And just bear in mind, you'll be upside down compared to the station when you leave the ship. So, as with all other things we do here, we shut the door as soon as we get out. Okay, so now we're going to make a little EVA. And all we're going to do is just go underneath and over the top of the landing pad here. We just orientate ourselves around, and then there we go, and we're here. Now firstly, is anybody else here? It doesn't look like it. I didn't see any other things on the so on that basis I'm going to be as quick as I can before anybody else arrives. So it's exactly the same as going to Kareah to do the mission. There may well be NPCs there, but there also may not be. There shouldn't be any NPCs unless people have initiated that mission, but there may well be bounty hunters hanging around, but I couldn't see any ships, so I'm going to assume no bounty hunters. And what you want to do is pop your card in your hand, and then you're going to pop your card in the slot. And then you're going to wait for the crypto key to initiate. And now it's going to start accessing the database. And what you have to do now is just literally hang around and keep pressing the button when it asks you to. Now all the time that this is going on, other people may arrive at the station. New crypto key, that was handy. Yeah, there's usually a crypto key to get here somewhere. You have to just keep popping back and checking, because it's going to need you to press the button every time it gets to that point. And also you'll keep hearing noises and you'll think people are coming, but there are like sound effects going on here. I'm just going to go and check out those things while I'm waiting for it to do. What have we got in there? Gallant, nice. Grab those. Just need to get rid of my... I'd rather have the Gallant than the P4, so I'm just going to drop that, because otherwise I won't have enough hands left. It's not asked me yet to press the button, but it probably will do at some point. Another one of those. Take some more of these. So there's plenty of stuff to loot here if you want it as well while you're here. I mean, obviously you've got a bit on your plate while you're here, so you might not want to do the looting straight away. It's not asking me to interact, which is slightly worrying. Usually asks you to press the button to carry on. That clonking noise always sounds like a door opening to me. Sometimes I'll just check the comms as well, if I'm here, just to see if anybody's asking who's at Kareah. Sometimes people will say, who's that at Kareah? I want to come in and do my crime stat, don't kill me. There we go, it's now asked me. Sometimes it'll ask it every single one of those blocks, and other times obviously not. And basically all you're doing here is just waiting to get to the end, and then you're going to wait to remove each of the things that you did. So if you've killed a whole bunker load of people, you're going to be here for a while, because it takes a while to do each one. Even after you've completed this bit. So you just have to do each one by one then. But I think I only have one. So yeah, if you killed 10 people, then you're going to probably have 10 crimes to remove. What have we got now? What have we got? Okay, system keys granted. Locating the records. And then dismiss that. Diplomatic immunity. And it's doing it. So you can see how you have to wait for each individual one. There we go. And that's it. I no longer have a crime stat. And you'll be able to see that if I just show you on my there we go, crime's gotten on. So you're still vulnerable to attack at this point, so just bear that in mind, because it's still possible that someone could arrive to do a mission, or the NPCs for that mission could spawn. So just don't take anything for granted, but really what we want to do now is just get out of Dodge. So the thing to do now is, again, just remember someone could be on the other side of this door waiting for you. We just need to get down to where our ship is, which is just below here. So we'll just go on, jump off the edge. Go under and find the ship. There it is. And then it's entirely up to you. I mean, at this point, you've got a few options. So if you were at Microtech like we were, then you've got a long journey in a Pisces to get back there, or you can go back to Port Olazar or Grimhex and spawn a different ship, which of course will mean claiming the different ship. So I'm going to just have a look and see if I can get back to Microtech. So as I said, point your thing out into space. When you turn your engines back on, all you have to press is go, and you will whiz up and away from the ship, from the station straight away, and you can make a quick getaway. So if anyone else is around shooting at you or anything, you're away. So there, we've done it. We have travelled, we've gone to Grimhex with a crime stat. We had a little bit of trouble at Grimhex, but we've got rid of the crime stat, and we're now free. As I say, you saw no crime stat anymore. Free to go and enjoy the verse or wreak havoc, however you want to do it. So thank you very much for joining me, and this is me, Torp Rasilo, saying see you soon.